Hi everyone, this is Shirley Colley Johnson and from Solistic Wellness, coming to you today to talk about the Leo new moon, which is this Saturday, July 26th. So it's been a little bit of time since my last video, but I'm very excited to be back in the groove of making these little short new moon, full moon astrology videos, and I'm really thankful to those of you who have reached out and told me that these have been helpful tools for you, that makes my life, that warms my heart. So thank you for letting me be myself. Which brings us to the Leo new moon theme, which is the theme of self-expression, being yourself. Leo is a fire sign and it is all about creativity and expression. It also rules children, romance, and all types of creativity, hence children and expression. This is a beautiful time to connect with your inner child if you're familiar with doing that kind of work. Otherwise, I suggest thinking about who you were as a child. What was your personality like? And for those of you who have had traumatic experiences during your childhood, you may be able to go back to even before that incident or experience that caused some bit of friction in expressing yourself. But for many of us as children, we were highly expressive of our needs, of our wants. We danced, we sang, we played around, and we spoke to what our desire of expression was in that moment. And somewhere, sometimes for many of us, through school and work and relationships, family, our ability to express ourselves gets shortened and smaller. And then we find ourselves sometimes in a place where we're literally going to explode because we've been holding ourselves back for so long. So this new moon is a time to explode. And not only explode once, but really give yourself the chance to be yourself. And I respect this as a practice. It's not necessarily something that tomorrow you're just going to turn into a new person, although that can happen. But who would you be if you did not have to subscribe to your family, your partner, your community's ways and norms of being? What kind of work would you do? How would you dress yourself? How would you relate to other people? What would be the first thing you did in the morning? What would be the last thing you did at night? Where would you live at? All of these things, just starting to bring some reflection and awareness to those areas, and then challenging yourself to really speak and express yourself in accordance with your truth. What's your truth about politics right now? What's your truth about Gaza? What's your truth about humanity? What's your truth about animals? It's okay to speak your truth. It's also okay for other people to disagree with you. And you don't have to change anyone's opinions, but you have the right and to express your opinion. And sometimes just expressing our opinion, no matter if we get rejection or acceptance from doing it, is a very somatic healing experience. So there's something that I believe happens in the body when we express our truth and we let something out. We say what it is we have to say. So that's my words on expression and the Leo new moon. So I'm going to try something a little different this week, and we're going to pick a goddess guidance oracle. I use this deck a lot when I work with individuals and groups. And we're just going to pick a card for the new moon, so perhaps this will speak to you or something that can guide you. And the way that I always use cards, for those of you who want to use cards or are new to the practice, is I always knock 3 times. That's a way of clearing the space for the cards and setting any intention. So if there's an intention right now, I'm going to call forth the presence of the card that wants to come through and assist us for the new moon. And then you can shuffle in any way that feels good to you. So you can do a little card shuffle, or you can just spread all the cards out. I do a little card shuffle and then a mix of just going one at a time. Look at them, they're so pretty. And this is real-time TV. I'm just going to pick a card that wants to come through and guide us for this new moon cycle and month ruled by Leo. Who do we have here? Dana, the High Priestess. And Dana's message is you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. Well, I love getting this card, but this card is for everyone who watches this. So we all have divine knowledge, and the divine knowledge comes through when we're self expressing, when we're saying our truth and living our truth, expressing our truth, expressing who we are, no matter how quirky, weird, dysfunctional it seems to others. That is our divinity. And the world is calling for us to stand in our divinity and our quirks and our eccentricities and our anythings, and stand from that place versus standing from whatever molds we've learned to be from growing up, from school, etc., etc. So anyway, I'll write a little bit more about this on my blog, and my website is www.solisticwellness.com. You can always email me, solisticwellness@gmail.com, if you have any questions or if you are curious about setting up some astrology counseling or coaching. I wish you all a beautiful and magical new moon, and thank you for joining me and for all of your encouragement and letting me be able to express myself the way that I am. Namaste.